All we want is human dignity, not for one, but for all. So are shaping the destiny for the whole United States. Because whatever happens on SF State will very well reorient the educational system of this land.
My intention in going to San Francisco State was not to be a student, it was not to build a career, it was to build an organizational model, a black student organization.
The only thing that students could agree upon was that the administration sucked.
A small group of us saw the need for us to spread our influence on the campus. So we moved very quickly to take over the tutorial program. We took over large blocks of the experimental college and called it the Black Arts and Culture Series. We began to run black students for the first time for office. We saw ourselves as working in key places. The idea was to bring more and more students on the campus so that they could be a part of the active life of the campus.
Undoubtedly, the Black Student Union is at the forefront of what happened here in 1968.
We were the most powerful student force easily on the campus, there's no question about that.
During the strike, you know, the mainstream press was obsessed with violence, when in fact the violent forces on campus were the police, the tactical squad.
Students of color were very upset with the student newspaper because they felt like they were not included in the coverage, and when they were included, usually it was in a very negative light.
There was a series of articles and a series of provocations by the Gator.
Cassius Clay changed his name to Muhammad Ali. I mean, it was what was going on in the sports page of the newspapers, of the regular newspapers. There were columnists that supported Cassius Clay becoming Muhammad Ali, and other columnists who took extreme exception to him becoming a Muslim. The sports editor for the Gator wrote a similar kind of copycat column that really pissed the BSU off.
These are kids who were career-oriented, or career-minded, and they wanted to get jobs. And so their thing was to follow whatever the line was. They wanted to shape the narrative in a particular kind of way. The Gator became the tool, the instrument, the voice of the right. There was a decision by the leadership of the Black Student Union to go over and confront Jim Vasco and to, as we have done with a lot of people, sit down and say, look, we need to negotiate this.
At 10 o'clock, I went into the newsroom. Here came a group of black guys who wanted to talk to the editor, Jim Vasco.
The objective was not to get into a fight. The objective was to educate your constituency so that they can feel emboldened about standing up for what they believe.
I didn't think anything of it. Then we heard a commotion, and then the black guys came out of the office and began to trash the office, knocking telephones and papers to the floor, and fighting anybody who would get in the way.
And then it's kind of a skirmish started. It has been played up as some kind of, even by black students, some of whom were there, some of whom were not there, as being a major battle and this and that and the other. Mostly it was about young white kids hiding and black folks throwing chairs around and this and that and the other. The fight was over in about, 20 seconds? That was the fight.
Militant blacks engaged in violence as the frame, I mean, that sells a lot of newspapers. White fear sells newspapers, which is still accurate today, by the way.